All right, let's talk about something well, it's often kept behind closed doors. Penis enlargement surgery. But we're not just going to get bogged down in the medical jargon today. Nope, we're going to focus on the human side of it all, you know? This is about the patient's journey. What happens from the moment they even consider it to what life is actually like long after.
So once that huge decision is made, what then? It feels like the finish line, but really, it's just the start. That's the big question we're diving into. We're going to trace that entire path from the why behind the decision to the day-to-day reality way down the road. Okay, so to really get this, we've got to start right at the beginning. The decision to change. I mean, what gets a person to this point in the first place? It's never simple, right? It's this whole mix of personal reasons, motivations, and, of course, expectations. And this right here, this really shows you how complex it is. You might think it's all about one thing, but look at this. Nearly half, 45%, say it's about self-confidence. Okay, that makes sense. Another 30%, that's about how they think their partner sees them. But then you have this huge piece of the pie, a full 25%, that's linked to body dysmorphia. And that's a serious condition where your brain just gets fixated on a perceived flaw. So yeah, this is so much deeper than a simple desire to change. Wow. And this quote, this just puts a human voice to all those numbers. I just wanted to feel normal. Think about that. He goes on, to stop the voice in my head that was constantly comparing, constantly criticizing. See, for so many, it's not about being the biggest or the best. It's just about silencing that inner critic, you know? Just to feel okay, normal. That's a heavy, heavy weight to carry around.
So now that we understand the why a little better, let's pull back the curtain on the procedure itself. Don't worry, we're not going to get super technical or graphic here. The idea is just to understand the basic steps, the path a patient actually walks down. You can really break the whole thing down into 3 big phases. First up, the consultation. And this is so important, it doesn't start in an operating room. It starts with a conversation. This is where you talk about goals, what's realistic, all of it. Then, and only then, do you get to step 2, the operation itself. And right after that, you're into steps 3, which is often the longest and toughest part. The healing begins.
All right, let's talk about that healing phase, because honestly, this is probably the most crucial part of the whole thing, and the part people understand the least. This is where the rubber meets the road, the reality of recovery. It's where all those expectations you had really get tested.
So this gives you a pretty good idea of what to expect. Look at week 1, significant discomfort and swelling. We can't sugarcoat it. It's a major surgery. Then by month 1, you're looking at a gradual return to your life. And that word gradual is key. You might feel like you should be 100%, but your body has other plans. And then look all the way at the end, month 6. It can take a full 6 months before you're even nearing the final results. This is absolutely a marathon, not a sprint.
And this really sums up the biggest mental hurdle. The expectation, the hope, is for a quick fix. You know, go in, get it done, and boom, new you. But the reality, it's a slow, gradual healing process. It takes so much patience, and you absolutely have to be committed to following all the doctor's orders. There are no shortcuts here.
Okay, so fast forward. You've made it through those first 6 months. The physical healing is mostly done. What now? What is life actually like? What does this new normal feel like? Let's get into the long-term impact. And what's so fascinating is that there are really 2 sets of outcomes here. On one hand, you have the physical changes. That's what the surgery was for, right? That was the goal. But, and this is a big but, what a lot of people find is that the real transformation, the one that sticks with you, is the psychological shift. It's how you see yourself, how you feel in your own skin. That's often the bigger deal.
And if we try to put a number on it, well, a lot of studies show patient satisfaction rates floating around 70%. But you have to ask, what does satisfaction even mean here? Are we talking about the measurements, or the confidence boost, or just the whole experience from start to finish? The truth is, that 70% means something different for every single person. And man, this quote just nails it. The physical change was one thing, learning to see myself differently, that was the real journey. That says it all, doesn't it? The surgery is an event. It happens on a specific day, but learning to live with that change, to really see yourself in a new way, that is the journey. And it doesn't end after 6 months.
All right, let's wrap this up and pull everything together. After walking through this whole journey, what are the most important things to remember? Whether you're personally considering this or you just want to understand it better, what are the key takeaways?
First and foremost, it's all about preparation. You have to manage your expectations, not just for the result, but for the recovery. You need to really, truly understand that the healing timeline is long. Next, you have to be psychologically ready for this. It's an emotional roller coaster. And last, but honestly, it should be first, this is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to consult with accredited, board-certified professionals. No exceptions.
And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. After all of it, the decision, the surgery, the months of healing, what's the real yardstick for success here? Is the ultimate journey measured in inches? Or is it measured in confidence? It's a big question, and it kind of sums up everything we've talked about. Maybe, just maybe, the biggest changes are the ones you feel, not the ones you see.